Hey everyone, Alec Tackmann here. We're looking at GoAndPractice, Book 3, pages 28 and 29. This is right-hand accents and triplets. If you don't have the book, please pick up a copy. Otherwise, you can still follow along the video and get an idea of what's going on. So with these two pages, we've got basically two licks coming out of this one. And they're both jazz-oriented, but you can just crank up the volume and, play them in rock or fusion or whatever you need to do. I use these ones all the time. They're really fun little triplet licks. They definitely have kind of like an Elvin Jones vibe to them. So let's just dive in right away with number one. To start off, it's a 3-beat triplet phrase. We're going to go right, left, left, bass, and then right, left, a triplet, finishing that. So here's the whole cycle. The key here is you need some finesse on the left hand to get those doubles out, especially at a quicker speed. Now whatever you do, you want to hear that ba-dum, 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 the rhythm between the right hand and the bass drum. Now you can play that in 3/4 time, all day, but where it gets cool is when you take it and convert it to 4. So we're just going to make it a 3/4 pattern, and that's the same thing that's going on in number 2. So we got 1, 2, In number 3, same exact thing, you're just going to the rack tom. Of course, you can mix and match. Wherever to your heart's desire, but anyway, I like to lead that one in, usually in jazz solos, trading 4s, it works well. In number 4, this is kind of a cool little variant to put on it. What we're going to do, instead of going to the toms and the kick drum, is just use the cymbals and the left foot. So we're going to sub out the left foot sound instead of the bass drum. For these kind of ones, I like to actually have the snare wire cranked a little tighter, just to get a little crispier, articulate sound that matches nicely with what the left foot's doing. So converted to cymbals, we're going to have this now. Same thing, 3/4 feel. And now we have this cool polyrhythm happening in our right hand. It's this cool little stuttery kind of sound. I like that one. So number 4 also is going to work really well with brushes and using this left foot idea. Anyway, let's jump on to number 5 on page 28. This is the second idea. The two of these, by the way, are going to go hand in hand really well. But anyway, starting off with number 5, same concept, triplet pattern in 3/4 time. No feet this time. We're going to go right, left, right, left, accenting the right hand. So essentially, your right hand is playing the rhythm bum, bum, ba-dum, again, but all by itself. The left hand just fills in the blanks. So number 5, as written, is going to be this. If you can, you want to snap out the second double on the right a little more. So you have You can run that through all the same things we did before. So like the next thing, number 1 on the top of page 29, is converting it to 4/4 time. We're going to have to do that double stroke on the right hand, so I'll put it in a swing context. one's a little more, kind of funk beat thing. And it's really up to just how fast can you crank out that sticking. Of course, throw it wherever you want. It also works kind of nicely on the hi-hat. Anyway, number 2. Same pattern. We're going to the cymbal. Match it with a bass drum. Again, these kind of ones, crank up the snare a little bit if you want to hear that left hand. I would not suggest like spamming that one over and over and over and over. That one can be a bit redundant, and actually, for some reason, that particular lick, I find if I do that more than a couple times on a gig, it starts to just become like that lick that you're doing. So, again, the recurring theme of all these videos, like make this just one link in your chain. Okay, so I wouldn't say play that one over and over. Number 3. Same thing we did before, but a couple notes you can move to the left hand. Sorry, I had to be moved to the left hand. Move the left hand to different surfaces. And then number 4. This number 4 is my favorite. This is the cool one here. We're gonna do the same pattern we just played, except splitting up the left foot and right foot on what's going on. So the singles are going to get the hi-hat for the right hand. The doubles are going to get the bass drum. So number 4 written as is. The 3-beat phrase converted to 4/4 time. It doesn't have to be. It works obviously well in 3 as well, but... And this one, it can be played really fast too. It works. It's just how quick your tune is. Can mix and match the feet, go back and throw on the other one. All of a sudden you got a pretty cool little moment in your solo there. And the last one, number 5. So all the licks so far, I think they've got a little bit of an Elvin Jones vibe. That last one especially, maybe, Jack DeJohnette, we're getting all 4 limbs going. 5 is kind of cool. I just kind of came up with this one just messing around, getting comfortable with that sticking, but this one, playing it all on the snare, suddenly flips it to Tony Williams. It's just a really cool fill, and I like, lately I've been messing with more of this idea. My playing is just keep them on the snare, and then you get this thing where you're matching these hard rim shots, if you want, with the kick drum. Later Tony, the big yellow kid everyone talks about. It's got these really intense punches in there. So I think that's kind of a neat way to break it up from the usual, kind of Buddy Rich sounding machine gun cymbal wash stuff. Is just go back to the roots, play it on the snare drum, make rudiments happen, on the kit. Just kick and snare, double drumming. But anyway, So if you got any questions on this stuff, let me know. Hopefully you guys, have been enjoying the series. It's been fun doing all this. I've got probably a little bit funky technique today because I've got some gardening accidents going on here from yesterday. But anyway, I really appreciate seeing everyone and you guys all checking out the channel. And I'll see you all on the next one next week. Bye.